We are live on, we're live on YouTube. Yeah, we're live on YouTube and we are live on Facebook. And let's start Instagram. Go live. Okay, we are live on the gram. And then last but not least, X producer. We are, come on, there we go. Okay, we're live on X. Give me a second, I'll make it top post. Copy, post. Good, we're up. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, top post on X.
Cool.
All right, let's get going. I'll see you in 5 minutes.
Alrighty.
Okay, here we go. There we go.
Time alone when I am perfectly willing to give her everything she needs. I don't care about her past. I don't care what she's been through. I just wanna feel one night with good love, baby. That's all I wanna do. So baby, if you got that feeling, well, I wanna give you that midnight healing. You know what I'm talking about, yeah. Just turn the lights down low. Come right on over here to me. I know you don't want no commitments, baby. I just wanna set your body free. And I don't care in the night outside my door. I just wanna get your head right, baby. Give you all the love I got for sure. So baby, if you've got that feeling, you know I wanna give you that midnight healing. Oh, I just wanna make love to you all night long. Midnight healing, baby. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Some things just, I don't know, man. The universe is a funny thing. fake the funk. Okay. What's up, everybody? Hang on. A small technical difficulty before the show, but important one. And oddly enough, oh shit, I didn't turn on comments. Okay, we can't have that. Shit. So live. Okay, I got the beginning, and I can't change it. Shit. Okay. I'm gonna start X again. But I have the beginning. So we're just gonna come right back to this. So hang on, because I didn't turn on comments because we had a small technical glitch. So hang on, X. We're coming right back. Literally 10 seconds. It'll be a new stream. Shit. Steve, you share this anywhere yet?
Only, yes, I did on my feed. I could delete it.
Okay, yeah. Delete this one. Post a new one, please. Because
Okay.
we gotta give everybody the ability.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, hang on. I'll be yeah. All right, guys. So this is gonna come back in 10 seconds. All right. I need everybody to hang on everywhere because I just got to restart a feed on X. Sauce, HOP, everyone. Okay, chat, public, create, broadcast. Okay, there it is. Okay, my bad. All right, the new one's up. Post.
Okay.
Post. Okay, let's clear this one. I don't want one. I'm going to bring this one back up. Okay, let's try this again. Good evening, X. All right, now you guys should be there. And let me repin this one. So I got the beginning. There, wait, that's the one I'm looking for. Edit post. Pin to your, yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay. We're ready to go. Yeah. Got everybody on here. There we go. Okay. What's up, Nunchuck? What's up, Danny? All right, good. Now we got everybody. Okay, guys. Good. Very good. We got you guys. Okay, let me make sure here. Facebook is good. What up, Big Money? I see you over there on Facebook. What up, Graham? What up, Rob? All right, I see all you guys. Okay, so Graham's popping. YouTube's popping. We got Acid over on YouTube. What up, Acid? All right, we got everybody tech checked in. Everything's good. Okay, hang on. All right, what's good, y'all? And you're not gonna believe it, but the Stream Deck came online as well. So we are gonna have a good show tonight. All right, let me just check audio and make sure everything's good. Sorry for the late start, guys, but was dealing with a couple technical difficulties that for some reason just seem to have worked themselves out. So give me a second just to check audio, and then we are going to begin. All right, there we go. All right, we're good to go. Audio's good. Everything's good. Okay. All right. What's up, y'all? Welcome to HOP. So this is the big closer show, and there couldn't have been more small, slight difficulties, technical difficulties right before it. Anyway, our tonight's guest, you guys have been seeing a lot of artists from FCW. The man coming on tonight is responsible. The last time we talked to this guy, it was back in October. And so October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. So almost 8 months. Yeah, 8 months, about 8 months. And so sometimes we have guests come back for a recap. I don't want to waste any more time. I think we started at 9:20, right? So, okay, we got to go a little longer. Let me bring him up. All right, hang on. Hang on, Steve. Don't say it yet. Don't do it yet. Okay. Good. Now I got you. Steve, say hello to everybody.
What's up, everybody? Hello. Hey, how are you? Nice to see. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Having a margarita can. You know. So what?
All right, Steve. For the last, I don't know, ever since the community show, you guys did a community show. Oh, that's why my target's off. I had a photo shoot yesterday, and whenever I do a photo shoot, I have to adjust all of my equipment, and it's not set up to stream; it's set up to shoot. So on top of not having a stream,
like when you get in
deck,
your car and you gotta adjust. If somebody was sitting in your driver's seat, you gotta move everything around.
Well, imagine, this is how I feel. This is how I feel right now. So I'm making my adjustments to make sure we're nice and clear and crisp. I think you see me all right. We're trying out a new color for May. We got Steve on the line. We got all the comments working everywhere. So what's up, everybody? Welcome to Steve's closer show. I thought it was only appropriate that we did a recap with Steve after all of the FCW guys. And you guys had a very successful community show. And you guys had introduced me to a great group of artists. And we got to meet a lot of guys out of the FCW camp clique community. And so I thought, Steve, welcome back to a recap show.
Thank you for having me. It's always fun to hang out with you, Mark. And yeah, by the way, it was just really cool to see everybody from FCW get involved with your show. So really, really awesome. And thank you for that.
Yeah, man. It's funny. Your guys had zero issues. A few of those guys had zero. There's a couple of guys who wrote me like, "Yo, what's up? What's up? What about a show? What about?" And so that was, I like that. I like that. I like when people write me and, "Yo, what about a show?" And so
let's get together.
Yeah. I mean, as you get when somebody wants a show, it's you get excited about it. But
yeah.
Okay, let's focus on you. So it's been about 8 months, Steve, and our last show is kind of like the introduction to you. And then after the introduction to you, I think maybe Uka came on, and then we did the FCW community show, and then we got to meet the whole community as a whole. And now, steak knives are for closers. So we're gonna do a nice recap close. And so I gotta know what have you been up to? What's new in the last 8 months? And is there any big news? And you got any projects coming online? And what's your plans for NFT and NYC? And I got so many questions, bro. But first, is there any big news?
Yeah, it's so funny. I think the last time I was here, I was dropping the Slasher Babies. It was around October. I had just released the physical card packs for holders. That was something that was done. So since then, man, it's been pretty wild. And I remember when you said this to me, like, you had mentioned, I think, in the show that you do these follow-ups, interviews with people down the road. And just the thought of that was like, man, I don't know what I'm going to have going on. I wonder if I'll have anything going on in a year from now, whatever. So it's cool that I could proudly say that I've got stuff going on. And that's it. It's been great, man. Since we last talked, Garbage Pail Kids finally came out. I had told you about that I worked on that. The Chrome Series 7 sketch cards that I did for that series were released, and they were a huge success for Garbage Pail Kids. I know that, so that's really cool. But since then, man, I've done some other projects with Topps, and one of them is coming out the 7th. I worked on V-Friends Chrome Series 1. So to be able to, it was like very full circle for me to work on that, because I come from the world of Web3, and one of my dream gigs is working on Garbage Pail Kids. Somebody that I've always kind of looked up to as a role model in the space is Gary V, and to be able to work on his baby and like put my stamp of what I think his characters look like, it's a dream come true, man. And I was super happy to be involved with that. Really excited that that's going to come out on the 7th. I've got over 50 sketch cards in that bunch. I think I'm speaking out of turn here, but it's a very limited release as far as those boxes of cards, man. He didn't want a lot of them to be distributed all over the world. I think there's like under 1,000, something like that. There's not a lot of them. I might be wrong in the number, but I know it's not mass produced like Garbage Pail Kids is. So the collectability of it is going to be insane. I already know that. So that I've got a bunch of other sketch card brands that I've gotten involved with since that I have commissions have been bananas. So I closed my commissions. I closed them out. I was talking to Vicky about this actually, and like you get to a stage in the game here where it's like you're happy to be here when you first come here. You're happy to be here. You want people to see your work. You want to meet new people. You want to get involved with projects, do some collabs, and then you get to a place where your dreams, like for me, I'm super grateful for all of the opportunities that I have gotten in the past 3 years. And it's been a blessing for somebody who put art away for many years and didn't want to mess with it, or was told enough times that you're not good enough, that you can't achieve these things. So to come back and be able to do this on my own and start something with the non-fungible creeps and do all this has been a dream come true. I'm just learning how to adjust my workflow to the demand now. So it's been wild. I'm excited, man. Very excited.
All right.
That was a long-winded answer, by the way. I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. And I'm actually happy that you start. So I'm kind of new to the recap show too, right? Like I had this formula. I had a formula in my head for a show, and normally it's this deep dive into an artist and who they are, how they grew up, how they become who they are, and oftentimes I feel like where I'm meeting the present you, right? But there's always a past you. And so it's usually that past person that leads, that has created that present person. And so it's so quick, normally a lot of times in the beginning with the show, I would just bring on like people and just, let's have a talk. And then somehow the show became like, you know what? How about like an origin story type shit? Like, let's figure out like who these artists are and how they became and developed and became the artist that I'm talking to, a meeting right now. And so the recap show is kind of like a new thing for me because it's like, all right, we got to fill a show, we got to create a show, we have to have that conversation, and we got to catch up on and is there enough stuff to catch up on and talk about to put together a whole show? So I didn't want to hit you with the whole introduce yourself again because you did that in the first show. However, I'm glad you started with this because it's kind of a new flavor. But what I am going to go back to is maybe a short recap, Steve, and just let everybody know a little bit about your history, but really quick, right? Because if they want to find out that whole origin story of who you are, they should really check out the first show that we did. But, before we continue, maybe just give them a quick taste of everything that you've been doing in the space for the last 3 years. Yeah, let's do that. Let's take it back to when you first arrived in the space. And let's talk about, maybe just give them a quick intro to everything you've accomplished in the space. How about go ahead, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I came into the space in 2022, like mid 2022, maybe. Kind of just not knowing as much as, like a lot of people, not knowing as much as I do now about the Web3 space. I heard about NFTs. I wanted to be a part of it. Did some research. I developed a brand that I modeled after my passion of collecting, which was things like Garbage Pail Kids, Mad Balls, My Pet Monster, gross kind of fun characters. And that's something that I've always drawn since I was a kid. Like I am creepy Steve since I was 5 years old. I draw weird, bloody or slimy eyeball gouging characters, and it's been fun for me. Um, so I took that and I made a small NFT series in 2022, and I started selling my first NFT wave for like $1, and I was going into spaces just to the equivalent of $1 on ETH, basically, just trying to get noticed, man. And it was working. It built some traction. I made some friends, sold out my first wave, made a second wave, and that sold even faster. And that was my first taste of, okay, I might have something here. So the past year in 2023 and 2024, I was really working hard on the next season of Creeps, and that was a big success. I had NFC heads where I was just linking physical games with NFTs, and it's a big part of my appeal, I think, other than the artwork, was just giving people physical collectibles and sketch cards that come with certain NFTs, and that candy machine mint where you might get some kind of physical prize if you mint. So I created collectibles that had like a tangibility to it, and it worked, man. And I think I've built a little brand of disgusting characters that's lasted, and I'm thankful because that put me in the position to get to work with Tops, and work with Garbage Pail Kids, and work with Gary V, and just keep this thing rolling, man. And then I've got a lot more to give to this Web3 space, and I've got a lot more to give to just art in general.
Yeah, man. It's just awesome hearing the resume come together, right? Because this is not like, and it's just from my childhood. I think I had the first 12, if I remember correctly. I think I had the first 12 collections.
That's a lot, man.
I might still have them. I think I traded the first. I think I traded the first 3 for the Avengers comics. If I remember, I don't know. I made a Web of Spider-Man and Avengers.
Okay.
But then
I hope you got some good issues out of this deal.
I got the whole beginning, the whole.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, and but I did go back and get the first 3 sets. But I don't know. I think they're in my basement somewhere. But anybody who was anybody at our age, when you were, it's 8, 11, 10, 12, 13, in that age range, especially in grammar school, in grade school, and these things, the Garbage Pail Kids with the cracked stale gum in it. I mean, these things were like so. These were the biggest, and everybody loved their name. Everybody kept
everybody's
their
looking
name,
for their name.
or they
in
looked
there.
through the deck to hope that they found their name. With it, I had a card, and then you got to hope it's spelled correctly with a C,
Exactly.
Not a K. And so
I don't want to
these
see
things
with
were
a PH,
intended
man.
to be able to talk to you so many years later, and and so I'm a Garbage Pail Kid card artist, and I'm just like fucking mind blowing right now, because that's not something I would have ever thought of back then. Back then it was just that you were in a frenzy to collect the cards, and now to hear Gary V, and to be part of V Friends, it's like these are big things, because they all fall into the same energy flow. I have a friend,
They do, man.
and she always used to call me her own personal Gary V, because I used to give her these like speeches, and I'm like, you can't fuck around. You're wasting time. Time is the most precious thing we have. What are you doing with your life, right? And she'd be like, "You're like my own personal Gary." So like I used to follow. I do, but knew he was a big part of the scene. Gonna ask you, what are your thoughts on the low? I mean, I know he's very big into trading cards, collectible cards, things of that nature. You know what? Maybe I'm jumping out of turn. We'll go back to that. Let's go back to the release of the Garbage Pail Chrome Edition, and let's talk about that a little bit. Yeah. Just you want to share that experience, and I mean, it's exciting to hear, and it was also exciting to see because so many people were holding these things up. And it's also so cool, you know, you do a show and your name comes up, and the next thing you know, it's like, look, check it out, I got some of his cards, you know, and
Yeah.
everybody's got your cards, Steve, and everybody got your signatures on the back of them. And I think that's really awesome to see because, you know, the support for other artists and collecting each other's art. But let me shut up. Let's talk a little bit about the Garbage Pail release. And yeah, I'd love to get your thoughts on that.
I mean, it's cool. I thought I had an idea of how cool it was to be a part of it, and I made a lot of friends within that community. A lot of the sketch artists that we have our own like chat group that we all kind of share what we're working on, what we're doing, similar to FCW, but not as close knit as the Ukaswaka could tell me what he ate for breakfast and it'd be okay, you know.
You guys are like an army troop, to be honest. The FCW community makes me nervous because you guys are like a fucking army. It's you're so coordinated. Yeah, I was like, well, go ahead. I didn't mean to. Go ahead.
We're gonna be classified as a cult as of right now. No. Yeah, no, it's been fun, man, and I knew I was part of something cool, but when it actually released, and people who are avid Garbage Pail Kid collectors were hitting me up on Facebook because they have a lot of that collector base. Is a lot of them are on Facebook because they have those trading groups and stuff like that, so it's easier. X doesn't really have that availability to it, so a lot of them communicate through there, and people have found me on Facebook to show me that they found my card. People have got at me just to tell me that they see my card on eBay. We had somebody from the community buy one of my cards on eBay for a crazy amount of money, and it's cool. It's a great feeling, man. I made a lot of new collectors of my work through the fact that I'm working on Garbage Pail Kids now, and it's a different, you know, to have the people that love your work on X, and then you have these people who only know you for being a Garbage Pail Kid artist and loving your work from there. So it's like I'm branching out and I'm bringing all of these collectors together, and I hope at some point maybe that creates some crossover with the non-fungible creeps and introducing people to Web3 and, you know, stuff like that is my overall plan. But it's been really cool. I went to an event last week in not Flushing, Astoria. I was in Astoria at the Museum of Nostalgia. They had a art show for local artists, and they were celebrating the 40th anniversary of Garbage Pail Kids, which is it's coming within this year. So they had a bunch of local artists do their own interpretation of some kind of Garbage Pail Kid art. I saw this at the store. I took my kids there, and they had the flyer up. So I told them what I do, and I donated a card to them for the event because I just wanted to be a thing. You don't really get to see a lot of people celebrating Garbage Pail Kids. So the fact that this place was like putting it on a pedestal and having an art show around it, I was like, I want to be in. Tag me in. This is what I do. I'll give you guys a sketch card. You don't have to give me money. I just want to be here. So I made them a sketch card. They put it as a raffle at the event. And one of the things that was, it doesn't even like, I don't care about the sales. I don't care about anything else, but this kid made my whole night and made this whole experience worth $1 million to me. This kid was 12 years old. His name is Holden, I believe. He's 12 years old. He came to the event from Philadelphia with his parents because he loves Garbage Pail Kids. And he came there. The store. I'm friendly with the store owners now, and they were like, "Hey, this kid's a big Garbage Pail Kid fan. Could you please just go over and just say what's up to him? Tell him you're a sketch artist there." And I was like, "Hell yeah, absolutely!" So I went and introduced him. The kid was so happy just to talk to me, like, and I remember the feeling of like, you know, whether it could have been anything. Like when I was a kid and I would go to professional wrestling events and meet professional wrestlers, I would get excited or whatever it was. But like he brought his own artwork, and his goal is to be an artist for Garbage Pail Kids. So it's cool to just see what he was making. It reminded me of me as a kid with those dreams.
Say, did you bump into like the are we in the what do they call it? The Marvel Shit.
The multiverse.
Are we in the multiverse? Did you meet young Steve, bro? Like,
Yeah,
what is going on right now?
yeah. If he had a beard, it would have been me at 5. You know, I don't know. No, he was great, man. But it was like it makes you appreciate the impact that you have on something by just making ugly, weird sketch cards for Garbage Pail Kids and being a part of it. Like touches someone like a kid. You know, it's been a really cool experience.
So that's just mind blowing too, right? 40-year anniversary. So that means these
Yeah.
things were out when I was 10. So you met this 12-year-old who's collecting them today. You know what I mean?
Man.
Today.
He came with the T-shirt, everything. He was ready to go.
Oh man, what? So I just knew you were gonna have some awesome fucking stories. Okay, because you know the last show back in October, it was just it was a lot more than talk and speculation, but things were forming, they were coming to be, things were being created, but there was nothing. There was nothing released, so it was not. And now here we are. Talk about so what is the Chrome? What's the Chrome series? Explain this to me.
So Chrome is a hybrid between a re-release and like something brand new. So they're taking the original season 7 of Garbage Pail Kids that came out in the 80s, and they updated, they re-released them with a nice chrome finish, right? It's the same card, just has a nice chrome finish on it. But then they have artists like Rory McDonald who did his own interpretation of every single character in Series 7 as part of the release. So you get new interpretations of each character in that card set. Then there's autograph cards from original Garbage Pail Kid artists, new Garbage Pail Kid artists. There's sketch cards, of course. And then there's just different parallels. Like you could get different styles of hologram. Like some of them look like drippy ooze, and I think it's called like drippy ooze or something like that. There's one of ones. There's just a plethora. They really did a good job. And this year, this Chrome set specifically was like an overhaul of the Chrome series, because they've been doing it for years with baseball cards and Garbage Pail Kids. But this year they really paid attention to what collectors wanted, and they added all of these different insert cards and autos and all these new pieces of art that you could get inside of there. So they've done a lot to make it worth the collector's while now.
Okay. Have you has anybody have you signed one yet?
I've signed a, like, has somebody said, "Here's my card, can you sign it for me?"
Yeah.
No, but that kid that I met, he had a like retro Garbage Pail Kid binder, and he asked me to sign that for him. So he brought me he went to his car to get the binder so I could sign it for him. So this is the first time somebody's, outside of just, "Here's my sketch card and I'm going to mail it to you when the art's done," somebody asked me for my autograph, which was really cool. But no, I mean, people get my autograph when they commission me for art. I sign everything. And if you get a sketch card, it has the signature on there in a pack. You'll get a signed card. Yeah.
What is so there's always the possibility that somebody will pick up this Chrome card bought off eBay, and wouldn't it be cool to get your signature on that?
They're hard to get, man. Like, no, forget about just me. There's so many artists who do this that it's hard to, you might get a sketch card. The probability of it being me is definitely hard, but I've seen it. I've seen people find me and they tag me and stuff when they get one of my cards. I had this lady from the UK randomly message me and told me she got my card and she loves my art, and that was kind of cool. I was like, oh, cool.
Did how much did that card go for on eBay?
I don't remember. I want to say 175.
Okay.
I might be wrong. You'd have to ask Jamie. Jamie got that one. Yeah, something like that, I think. Which roughly, like, I think most sketch cards go between $100, $250, something like that. They're pretty valuable on eBay. kids, I guess you could say.
I mean, I just saw Scott. I think it's like, so me knowing you, I would want to get this card and just have you sign it. I think that shit would be like, to me, that's like the ultimate knowing you. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
okay, because I don't know. I guess I feel like it's all part of the.
Well, I got a funny story about that because so when I first got to Web3, there's somebody, one of my friends that I went to school with, who I lost touch with, reconnected with me because he found me doing this on X, at the time Twitter, and he was like, "Steve?" I was like, "Who's this?" And it was my buddy Frank that we went to like middle school together, and he had moved away. We reconnected because of this, and he told me, and I remember this. I used to draw all the time. We used to hustle people and draw. You remember when you had like that paper bag cover on your textbooks? Like you would put like a
Yes.
cover on your textbook.
Yeah,
and it was like brown paper bag material.
Yeah.
We charge people like $5 to draw something on their textbook covers. And like we had a hustle going in school. And he reminded me of that. And he also said, I asked you to draw me a picture. I think it was like gym class. I gave it to him in gym class. And he's like, I told you to sign it because I knew you were going to be something. And he reminded me of that when we were in a space together. I was like, damn, man, I totally forgot about that. That's pretty funny. Definitely don't sign my name the same, but I'm glad you have that.
Yeah, man, all good signs. Like just, so I personally feel that you're in your groove. There's when I speak to artists, I know from my experiences, especially when there was this time period, I think from like 29 to like, I would say 35, 36, 37, somewhere in there, when I had picked up a camera, I was in my groove. Like I was just nothing could stop me at that point in time. It was just everything that I did was working and firing and clicking. Yeah. It's working because the energy is so great that it brings all of these different, just to me, the past, a message from the past, bro, came from the past. Yeah. And kind of was just like, yo, you remember that time I told you to sign the thing? I knew you were going to be good then, and it's like you're getting messages from the past, bro. That's the universe is the universe
it's cool that
is
reconnected.
letting you know you are in your groove, Steve. Okay, where do I go from here? Before I touch on the V friends and stuff like that, I do want to focus a little bit on the FCW community show that we did, yes, and the artists and the group of people that have come together. Because we talked about it on the show, but yeah, I think that one of the most impressive things that I felt was that we had done a show in the beginning, right? When Sketch and Shira first approached me and they were like, listen, we want to do a super community show. We got 6 artists. And I said, all right, you know what? She's like, we'll give you a wall, and then you can do the first show. And so I'm thinking like, okay, who was on the show? Who's okay with video? Who would I want to make sure that's part of this on the wall? And so far, just thinking all of this out. And then creating a show that worked for 6 artists on the wall in this super community thing, right? And so I talked with Sketch. Finally, we created this show, and I felt confident enough to go live with it. And then at the end of it, I was like, okay, it's a lot of information, a lot of things going on, but I think we can make this work. We just proved it. We just created this model that I felt was very good. Everybody was there. Everybody that I needed to be there was there. We had 6 full artist interviews plus a community leader and things of that nature. And so as I'm watching as we're putting together the first show, it's all kind of new. It's all new for us. And So all along, I'm sitting there, and then we're going through the communities that are all up on the walls. I think we did over 20 super communities. One more, it's absolutely more fantastic than the next. The one thing that we never let them know was that, hey, we're going to do this show, because I don't think Sketch even knew what she was going to do at that point in time. And so later on, she came up with this show to bring attention to all the artists. And, we kind of put this thing together. And ever since our show, there wasn't a community to come along and well, it's in my mind, right? Because everybody had a successful community show. But there are a lot of shows, some artists, there were a few artists that couldn't make it. Some, we didn't want to be on video, because this wasn't a prerequisite. She just accepted art. And, it wasn't like, hey, there's going to be a show that, and so we were having trouble having a full show. Like the very first show. I think there was only one other show where everyone showed up, but I think there was one show where we were one artist short. I'm almost positive it might have been before you or after you, but you guys were the one show that I felt outdid our show. And that was tough for me to swallow, because I didn't think anybody was going to come along and nail a show like you guys did. And so when I saw how you guys nailed that show, I said, holy shit. The way everybody popped up in the test show. Everybody was there for the test show. Everybody was on time. Everybody's like, yeah, I'm good with the show. I'm good with the film. I'm good with the film. Yeah, let's do it. And it was like everybody was so coordinated. Then I said, damn, this community runs like the army over here. I'm like, I don't need this, like something. I don't know what's going on here. And then on top of it, every one of these guys are very proficient artists in their own way. And something that I also loved about you guys that I did not see was whether digital or physical, you guys really seem to nail the knickknacks. Or Josh calls them tchotchkes.
The tchotchkes.
Yeah, you guys really nailed the tchotchkes. And I believe there's an artist. To me, a tchotchke is like an artist. That's like an artist gold. Like, you sift in sand and like you find gold. Like, because you could have a pin or a print. Or you could have a T-shirt or a bag or something online go viral, and you could have like a super big. You could have something that really does crazy as far as a sale, especially when it comes to anything can take off. You got the cards, the smaller prints. You guys really have such a understanding for merchandise is what I'm trying to say. And I didn't see that in any other communities, not as strongly as you guys. And so, it's really, I felt that bringing you guys to the screen, there was a lot of good information from each and every one of you guys, whether it was about merchandising, whether it was about legals, art, physicals, digitals. There was just, you guys had everything covered. And so when you guys get together in your groups and your spaces, it must be a powerhouse of information, because if one person can't answer it, somebody else might have the answer.
Absolutely.
You have physical drawers like yourself, painters, digital creators. It's just the whole gamut, right? You guys covered the whole gamut, and I didn't see that in any other community. And that to me really caught my eye. I said, all right, there's a lot of stuff here that I think could help the bigger picture, the bigger art community, because these guys really have this little merchandising. To me, that was the most impressive. Like, each one of you guys had the little merchandising knack down. So how'd that whole thing happen? Had FCW, Freaks, Creeps, how did FCW, how did that whole thing come to be?
It was not forced like at all. We didn't set out to make this like a big, huge collective of artists in any way. We were a lot of us felt like we are artists through and through in a sense where the JPEG or digital art is just another means of a canvas that we use. Like, take somebody like Ukaswaka. He's a painter. He draws with pen. He has an NFT project. He's not just an NFT artist. He does multiple things. Same with Vicky. Vicky has her pin collection. She's got cards that she does. Um, and she has an NFT project. A lot of what we came across in 2022 was people who they just had an NFT project, or they were just making one of ones, or it was somebody who had like, here's my artist and I'm the mouthpiece and this is the project. We're gonna throw a party and make some big moves. Like, it was that like crypto dude kind of selling a project mentality. So we all just kind of felt like we fit together. Like, we're artists outside. We're not just artists in the space, we're artists outside the space as well. And I think that brought us closer. We would hang out in a lot of the same spaces, so we'd run into each other a lot, and there was just this common camaraderie. There was never a forced friendship. So we created a group and just happened to call it Freaks, Creeps, and Weirdos, like, because we feel like we're the weirdos of the NFT world, and that was the birth of it. And as we brought in the Wick, and by the way, Wick's another one. He's doing 3D models. He does so much, man. He does everything. We've got people who are musicians and artists. So it's like, and Wick, he's also a musician. So it's it's a lot of people with artistic abilities in every sense of the word. And every conversation we have about art, there's never a dull moment. We don't have a DM group. We never started the DM group with the purpose of shilling. It was because we liked each other and we wanted to have a good time. It grew into more people that we would collect on our little journey down our highway in Web3. We'd see another artist and be like, what's that dude doing? Check out all the weird shit that guy's making. You want to come in? Come on in the car. We got space. Now it's like a clown car full, like 35 artists or 36 that we've gathered along the way. And, some people is through, one of us would be like, hey, there's this person I've been following who's got some great art. And maybe they don't appear on my feed, but hook me up. Let's see what they do. And then we didn't make the introduction, and that's organically how it would start to happen. So we're a collective more than a community. We are a community, but we're definitely a collective of artists who just get along. We have a project together because we wanted to do it. We wanted to make art together. It's not like we are trying to make a bag of money off of the FCW Monsters project. We haven't. The funds are there, but we want to take those funds and we want to put them towards cool shit when we have ideas for it, like in the space, mint something, give it away, like things like that. And we have physical stuff that's attached to our project. FCW Monsters and FCW overall comes from a world of a lot of physical artists. So um, when we sell out of certain pieces, they're going to have a physical item attached to it. Like, I'll give somebody a sketch card if mine mints out, and then we'll do a raffle. Danny's got that beautiful Texas Chainsaw Massacre painting that he's going to give away. I grabbed one too. I want that damn painting. Look at my horror wall. It needs to belong here. All right. So, but yeah, it's FCW is just amazing, and it's like it's given me a lot. Art has given me a lot in Web3, but FCW itself has given me a lot. Friendships, advice, insight on how to do certain things in Web3. Where it's you can't get any better than that.
It was it was just you, I think it was just the merchandising aspect that blew me away with everybody, right? You guys had such a good understanding. You have the cards, the balls, so, it's you can get the prints of the cards made up. You expand past. That's what I'm trying to say.
You have
Yeah,
to. You
right.
have to,
That's
man.
I think that's what I'm trying to get out. It's not that I thought that you guys are some great, and I do think you're a great group of artists, but not any better than any other group of artists that I got to meet as far as the community wise. But when it came to going past the piece of work of art, the merchandising, expanding it to the tattoos with BB, or T-shirts, going into the physical realms, acid with so many prints, and then just seeing everybody from top to bottom, seeing the music guys, or learning about Frisky, or like you said, learning from Wick, seeing the different guys with the collections. But it was like all you guys knew how to expand past that. And I always
Right.
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I think that's very important. I think that's something early on we all kind of thought in the beginning. We're like, look, it's cool that we have this these projects, and we're selling our art, and it's great. Like, what else it's always a mindset of what else can we do and who else can we
Right,
reach if
right,
they're not in
right.
NFTs. How do you put your hands in other things to let people know what you're doing? Like, it's the best as an artist, and somebody who you want people to get your art, you want people to see what you're making, or it's great to do it for yourself, it's great, but I want people to see all the weird shit I make. It's exciting, buy it or not, I want you to see it. But and people who do collect it, it's cool to own something, man. Like, put it in your hands and own it. Like, if you're a collector, especially, which NFTs comes from the world of collecting, I think this is a mindset we all had. And some of us came from that background already. Like, Vicky was already selling pins, and she had a lot going on, and NFTs was another thing that she wanted to accomplish. And, she's been doing that. Layla in our group, my girlfriend, she's a painter, and she came into the world of NFTs. It's amazing to see what everybody's doing and accomplishing. It's really cool to see all the different styles we have.
I think that was what caught me the most. Not only the fact
Yeah.
that blow our show. Well, you definitely competed with our show, if not a little bit. I can't. Oh, it's so difficult. Sorry. Yeah, you guys definitely put on a great show. But it was like it was like all the physical shit, and just like I was just like I wanted to dig in that. Every drawer that opened, there was like something new in that drawer. Like you ever go to like your grandmother's, or some place where it's a junk
Yeah.
drawers and there's shit in there, and you're like, oh, there's some.
All sorts
It's
of
just like,
junk
this
in
is some
there,
cool
man.
shit in this drawer. And then you open the drawer, there's a completely new cool shit in this drawer. And so I was like, these guys really got this branching out of the NFT. And I preach this, right? In every space that we're in, it's, oh, I'm trying to sell. Oh, the markets are slow. Oh, it's a bear market. And all I'm
Yeah.
thinking is, fucking make some pins.
Yeah,
Just
do something
get some
else.
cards. Well, I'm not a card maker. Just take your shit and make a collection on cards. Just make a card collection. Like, people love collecting these things. Then put your shit on some merchandise, print it on some canvases. Give your canvases away. Just make some tattoos. Like, it's and then seeing it in reality between all you guys, I'm like, I was like, there's something different with these guys. These guys really got a good grasp on getting out. It's going past this, the marketplace, right? Getting past the marketplace or the collection. I'm like, these guys are way past the marketplace, the collection, and the art. So it's like they have so much great information to bring to the NFT world, because I found that a lot of people get, it's just,
They get stuck in a path. And like you said, like, if you live and die by your NFT collection, and if you don't make it, I've seen a bunch of people that I've been in the space with over the years where they're like, well, I'm not selling, I'm gonna pack my shit and go, I'll see you later, it was nice meeting you guys. Like, all right, cool. So you really didn't want it that bad. If you're leaving, you really didn't want it that bad. You just were trying something out to see what would happen. Like if you are an artist and you are true to what you're making, like you're gonna find other ways. And you believe in what you're selling to people, you believe in what you're creating, you're gonna find other ways to reach people. You have to. It's like the only way you could you got to get your hand in everything.
Steve, you there? Did I lose your audio? Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah,
Can you
I
hear
got
me?
you. I thought audio dropped on me. Let me check the time. Let me gauge the time. All right, 10. All right, we're about 50 minutes into the show. Okay, let's talk about Gary V and V Friends. How did that? All of you guys, and including you, Steve, you guys create opportunities, and they're not small opportunities. Some of you guys get yourselves into some big opportunities, and I think you're an excellent person to talk to about this because you just don't, like we've been saying, you don't sit in one spot. You've reached out and made contacts. Where would you like? And before we get into the V Friends, what maybe you could suggest? Yeah, maybe that's a better way of saying it. What is your advice or maybe suggestions to branching out? Right? How to some people who might be only looking at the NFT world as this is my only option. Maybe from knowing your clique, knowing everything that takes place. I know you probably know a lot more than what I know, obviously. But knowing what I know each one of these guys in their own way branches out past the NFT world. So where do you think some really good opportunities are for people to get themselves, maybe outside of the, I'll give you a quick example. Sketch was asking me, she said, what's your plans on the show? What do you plan on doing? I said, once I'm done with you guys, I'm going to probably run back through all of the communities and offer all the artists a chance to, whoever wants to come on to do a show. I said, after that, I think what I'm going to do is I might get into the, I'd love to get the collections. Community. When I say I'd love to get an Azuki show together. I would love to get a Bored Ape show together, like a community Bored Ape or an Azuki Bored Ape, because I'm sure there's plenty of artists or just very interesting people. You could easily find top 6, but introduce them to this collection and introduce them to the Pudgy Penguins, right? I think those would make not only the creator, but maybe some of the community. I think they would make fascinating shows because they're also, there was a part, collections was such a big part of creating NFT success. So I think that's a little story there, along with some of the bigger artists. But I also mentioned that I'd love to reach out to IG and grab some artists off of IG, maybe Facebook.
Yeah.
And I had the same fucking thought you did. Maybe I could bring some attention, maybe some TikTok artists, some, IG artists, so different the guys that might not even, and maybe, like you said, bring some of them into the NFT world or, make that...
Get that crossover
right.
going.
Bring some more attention here through mass numbers of just maybe, speaking with some general artists that aren't here or artists that, might say, what am I going to dick around with NFTs for? I got 2 million, I'm doing merchandise, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. NFTs might not be worth my time. However, it's not so much the NFT. I think it's the pool of people that are very interesting, the spaces. I think it's such a source of inspiration. But a lot of successful artists, it might not be something that interests them, but who knows? You never know who's for. But to bring more,
Yeah,
Yeah,
you never
right.
know.
Bring more attention to maybe what's taking place, what's forming, what's going on. So I had the same thoughts as you, but okay, where was I going with this? Oh, yeah. What are your thoughts on and let's just say an artist that maybe is within the NFT realm? What would be some
Mhm.
ways that an artist can branch out past the NFT world?
Well, man, it's definitely there for you. You gotta, and every artist is going to be different. I think Instagram is huge with branching outside of the world of Web3. There's a lot of artists there doing physical stuff. So I like to think of it in ways as one is you got to be honest with yourself. Make stuff that you like, not what you think other people are going to like. Because think of it like if you're, let's say you have an NFT project and great, and you want to branch out and you want to do physical stuff, who do you want to reach and what do you enjoy making? Maybe you come from the world of skateboarding, right? So get some blank decks. Just start with like one or two. Make some work in progress videos of you painting or drawing your art on a skateboard deck and put that out there, hashtag in the comments with skateboarding and whatever. And you're going to have a bunch of skateboarders. The more you do that, you'll have a bunch of skateboarders following you, some graffiti artists. And that's the other thing. Think about who you want following you. Like, who do you want to follow? Who do you want to see commenting on your stuff? Who do you want to see on your friend list? You want a bunch of skateboarders? You want a bunch of graphic artists, graffiti artists? Like, who are you trying to get the attention of and do that? Like, if you want to do graffiti, start tagging stuff up or prime your own little, I don't know, clay wall. Get creative and graffiti on this clay wall that you created and make it look like bricks, stuff like that. I think it's just a matter of being creative and targeting where you want to put that creativity and who you want to see that to be on your feet all the time. That's look at mine now. I've got a lot of card collectors. I got a lot of sketch artists. I got a lot of fans of nostalgia on my that are following me now, and it's cool because that's who I want to get that attention. That's who I want to see what I'm doing and want to get a sketch card from me or get interested in NFTs because they're like, what is this non-fungible creeps thing you're doing here? Like stuff like that is what I want.
Let me get your so just I was thinking isn't it don't you find it cool how there was a point in time where many people didn't pay attention to the artists. It wasn't about the artist, it was just about the cards, or it wasn't about the artist, it was just about the comic books. We come from a time period where, maybe it's just because we were also young with kids collecting shit, but we never really paid attention. But even if you did pay attention to the artist, it was just some guy in a fucking room, not even no email, right? It's just right. It was just there's some guy, yeah,
some guy, you just know the name.
right.
That's
There's
it.
some
It's
guy
whatever.
sketching away, but now, today with the use of social media, you can easily find an artist, the person who created the work of art. You could find them on social media. Yep. Perhaps they have whips or stories or things of that nature. You could dig into their life. You could say what's up to them. You could drop them a message, a DM. You could post on there, hey, I got your new car, right? There's so much more interaction that can happen today.
Sure.
Where back then, you just some guy in a room on a sketch, on a
Yeah, I didn't know what Jim Lee looked like for years, man, until I met him at a Comic-Con.
Right. Yeah, okay. So Comic-Con was probably the first social media, right? Like Comic-Con gave everybody a chance to get together. You meet your art.
Right.
Set
get
your table
signed and say what's up.
Yeah, meet the guy who drew, right? Like that was kind of like the beginnings of Instagram. Because if I remember correctly, that was very early social media. Very early social media. So social media probably didn't develop yet to the point where people can now make whip videos, introduce you to their lives, TikToks, things of that nature, IG.
Do you remember Wizard magazine? Do you remember that magazine? If you were a comic collector, there was like monthly they released this magazine called Wizard, and it was like interviews with artists of upcoming um comic books. It was like movie news. They had this section of like that's where I used to get my like, oh shit, they're making a Spider-Man movie. Like it was Wizard Comics, Wizard magazine would have all of like geek culture in there, collector culture in that magazine, man. And that was the one time you get a little piece of insight in some of those artists' lives. Like you could see what Rob Liefeld looked like and get his reasoning for creating Deadpool and stuff like it. There's all these things that you don't. Now it's easy because you go to Google or you go on their social media and you see, you know.
Yeah, it's crazy how things have evolved where it's almost like you can now say hello to your favorite artist, or you could look them up, or like, who created this card? You know, and now you could just go do the homework. And where before, you couldn't, you know, the artist was like the guy in the get back to work, you know, and now like, yeah, now it's like the artist.
You gotta put us, amen.
Now it's like the artist is in the the corner office with the window. You know, it's like the artist is now evolving to a much bigger role, I think, with the aid of social media. Sure. You use a lot of social media when it comes to you know, tell a story, whip videos. What are your yeah, let me get some of your thoughts on social media when it comes to how important it is. And then where a lot of people will, well, I don't got the time or it takes too long. You don't seem to have that issue. And you also have kids, responsibilities, job, FCW. And then on top of it, you have all of your art responsibilities. So how does that happen? Like, how do you make the decision in your mind? Like, it must be really important to be on your list of priorities to make sure that you spend the time to put together this little video and get it out on social media. How important is that for an artist?
It should be part. You should think of it as part of the job, really. Like it's got to be part of the job. If you're your own art, like you're not working for a company, you're your own business. If you were working for a company, there would be a marketing department where somebody was marketing all of those things that they want people to see. You are your everything. You've got to get your name out there. Making whip videos or posting pictures of the work you're doing is part of reminding people that you're here making stuff, and that you want people to see it. Like I said, like just make it part of your routine when you draw and create a piece of art that you're gonna post something about it daily, bi-daily, whatever it is that you do. And if you're not making art, pop on, tell a silly joke or a silly story, because people want to get to know you as the artist also, I think. So which we were just saying, like that's part of the on X. Like we came from in Web3, you know, some people think you know, you're the most disgusting person in the world if you're not doxing yourself. It's like people want to get to know you. They do want to get to know you in the world of Web3. But I think that even in the physical side of that, people want to get to know you on X as well. I mean, on Instagram as well. So that little insight onto how you make things and your workflow and your personality, I think it's all clicks into place with the overall picture of what you're putting out there. It's important.
Before we hit the computer and go through some of the stuff over the past 8 months.
My God.
Yeah. Let's last but not least, VeeFriends. Why don't we talk a little bit about that? How'd that whole thing come to be? Yeah, why don't you talk about it a little?
I think it was all everything that I have accomplished led to this kind of perfect synchronicity. It was not like Gary Vee was like, I love your art and I want you on this project. There was nothing like that. Topps got the project. to create V Friends trading cards. I am working with Topps, and they asked me if I wanted to be a part of it. I said, hold up, you guys are doing V Friends right now? I was like, do you guys know what world I come from? And when I said that, they were like, do you want to do even more sketch cards? I was like, whoa, all right, give me more. That's fine. So it was cool because it all lined up, man. It all gelled together. It was like a full circle moment to be able to be a part of that. That being said, and this is a credit to what kind of person Gary Vaynerchuk is. He DM'd me like after I was done with the cards and they were in the hands of him and his people. He reached out to me personally to thank me for being a part of the project, and we've talked a bunch of times since, here and there. And it's cool that he knows who I am now. I've known who he is forever. But one of the cool things is I when I first got into NFTs, I had messaged him just, hey, I'm here. I got a project. I'm excited. You're awesome. And he saw that message when he reached out to me. So he didn't see it before, but he saw it when he was reaching out to me. He's like, this is really, and he even said, he was like, this is really cool to see this. And it's inspiring to see this and to see what, you're doing now. It's really humbling and it's really cool. So that was a cool moment with him. But ever since that, man, his community, they're on fire, dude. They are rabid and ready for these cards. And I've jumped in spaces with them. I've tried to be included into what they're doing because they come from the same world as me. So, if they're excited about the Chrome cards, I want to be excited with them. And they've been awesome, amazing people. And I'm excited for them, and I'm excited to be a part of it. And I'm excited for people to see my interpretation of what his characters look like. Because another thing about this was when I work on Garbage Pail Kids, it's almost like Disney in the sense where you have to draw it this way. There's a specific style to Garbage Pail Kids that you need to draw in order for it to be a Garbage Pail Kid. What the V Friends people wanted was they want you to take our characters and we want it in your style. So it was fun to like the cuffs were off and I was allowed to just put my spin on those characters. There's no like green slime coming out of their mouths or anything, but I was able to draw them in my style. So that was really really fun and exciting to do that. But yeah, I'm super pumped about it. I'm super excited about it. And other than that, man, it makes me pumped to get back to I've had a lot of projects that I'm working on, but when I get back into the flow of my own personal stuff, it's gonna be like coming back home for me. Like you go on vacation for a long time and you get back home, you're like, this is my stuff, so Non-Fungible Creeps season 3, My Cousin Creep, I've been working on that. And I finally worked out the way I could work on that stuff while all of my other things are going on, which took me a while to figure out. But I feel like I got it now, and I'm back in my groove doing that stuff. So a lot of fun stuff happened.
Steve, let me we're about hour and I would say 5 minutes in. I want to get over to the computer. I want to start showing everyone everything that we're talking about. Give them a little update. Continue the conversation. I think. Do I want to ask you about, or do I want to save it towards the end? No, let's do the art thing, and then we'll talk about NFT NYC. And then anything that you might have planned, and then also future plans. But I think now is a good time. I think are we caught up? Did we miss anything outside of possibly what might be going on at NFT NYC or any future projects?
I think we're pretty much caught up, man. I moved to Bay Ridge. I love Bay Ridge. That's about all that's changed. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure that we touched on everything. I'm gonna move over here. Give me a second to move to the
Yeah.
computer. Um, and as we move, we'll say hello to everybody out there. Um, everybody's showing Steve love. We'll re-rig up the thing. We'll re-rig up the screens, and then let me ask you, Steve. Where should we start? Your page. You got links for me. What do we want to show them?
You can probably go to Instagram.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
Instagram's probably got a lot of stuff that I've recently been working on.
Okay. Let's reset these screens. Yeah. See that? While I set everything up, I will talk to you. I did these recap shows. I did one with Anna, and I wasn't sure what to pace. I knew it had to be a certain amount of time, right? So I thought I was thinking somewhere between 8 months and a year is enough time for someone to cook, a lot to something. That's what I tend to find. Oh, there you are. Okay.
I can't wait to see if you get back to somebody and they're like, I got nothing going on. I don't want to come on.
You said a joke, but my mic went out, so I missed it.
Oh no. I said, tell me if anybody, if you ever contact somebody and they're like, I got nothing going on. I don't want to come on.
I don't think anyone's going to say that, but I think when you look at someone's pages, you could get a good idea of who's cooking at a tremendously fast pace. You could see, for me, and just this is experience from doing the show and knowing the time of the show, right? And what the time I have to fill. I can look at someone's, updates, pages. I could just skim through stuff and I could say there's enough here to recap or there's enough news. And then, sometimes, but I've never, you I get the feel of who's going to have enough to talk about, who's moving fast. I don't see a lot of your posts, but I know how active you are. And then, it's you could just, I don't know, it's an instinct thing, I don't think that would happen. I don't think I would ask someone if I didn't see enough movement. I know the people who are there's everyday grinders, there's every week grinders, there's every month grinders, right? So I think the everyday grinders those are the guys that are moving at an extremely fast pace because they wake up and eat, sleep, and shit art. You could see the people that nothing's stopping them. Usually it's that person. You taking a step every day, you're going to get a lot farther than a person who's taking a step every week. You know?
Absolutely.
All right, hang on while I switch this over. I got your gram up here. Everybody can watch your gram. Let's say hello to some people. If we got anybody out there, we do. All right, Danny, what's going on? Nunchuck,
what up, Danny?
Going on? Acid. Everybody's over here on X. Thank goodness. Uka, what's good, Uka? Uka cannot wait for the V friends. Nunchuck. We said Nunchuck. Yeah, all right. What's up? What's up? Josh checking in. Josh says hello. He loves Wizard Mag. He knows Wizard Mag.
Hell yeah.
Let me skim through it. You guys got any questions for Steve? Drop them in the thing and I'll ask away. Acid agrees. Canned margaritas are delicious.
I'm on the Acid Life Coach diet. It's a little inside joke in FCW.
Love the NFC. Love the NFC. Nunchuck says, love the NFC heads. All right, get this man another drink. All right. Thank you, Acid. Acid says he loves you, Steve. Okay. So what we got here is I got your IG up next to you, and I'm just gonna click away. Let me make sure we didn't leave anybody behind on IG. We got Rob. Everybody else in here just saying hello. We got everybody on Facebook. And good. We got Acid over on X. Okay, perfect. All right, let's continue. So I got you up open next to. I got your IG open next to you, and
Cool.
I'm just gonna. Where should we start?
Yeah, recently I've been posting a lot of lunchbox leftovers, which is another. It's similar to Garbage Pail Kids. I would say this is like the indie kind of punk rock label of Garbage Pail. It's not the big corporate Tops label. It's the it's like the redheaded stepchild doing their own thing, and they're doing awesome stuff. Lunchbox leftovers is like much like non-fungible creeps. They came from the love of making disgusting cards, and they've been really successful with it. They've sold out every single card series that they've put out. They asked me to work on the next one coming out. But they're not in stores or anything. They do everything online. They drop a certain number of boxes and they go like that, man. And it's cool to be, because I knew about it even before I was working with Tops, and I thought what they did was really cool. And I'd see all these sketch artists who are doing stuff for them. So when they reached out and asked me, I was honored, because I think what they do is, it's more of like a rated R Garbage Pail Kid. There's a lot of stuff that is not for kids in some of these cards. So there's a lot of adult humor. Some of them are good for kids, some of them are not. And but it's fucking cool. It's a fun set to be a part of.
Lunchbox leftovers. I got these guys playing right now. I got Hulk. Is that Hulk? Is that supposed to be Hulk Hogan?
Yeah, that's like a Hulk Hogan parody.
Let me ask you something, Steve. How long? Yeah, these are good, man. I like how they come out of the frame too.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
these are fucking. These are a little different than garbage pails, man.
Yeah, I mean they've done the work. They've done everything they needed to make this like a collectible, like the box art, the sealed box art, the website, the actual card stock is good. But they've got a fan base. They've got collectors, and even their cards go for a good amount. The complete set on like eBay or whatever, they're doing their thing, man. So it's been really cool to be a part of that.
Let me ask you a question. When you do these cards, does like Tops send you a template type thing, or like how does that work? Because does it have to match with the set? Like how does?
You know what? Let me show you one, because there's nothing on it. And at this point, I mean, it's not a mystery what the card stock looks like anymore. So I'm allowed to show it. This is what we get. We get a blank.
Okay.
We get a blank card.
Okay.
It's got a little area for your signature on the back, and this is what I draw on. So my canvas is a tiny canvas, and I just go to town on that. That's basically, and I feel like it's funny because like compared to when I first started doing sketch cards to now, I've found what works, like what pen sizes work, what that you need a really fine point for certain details, what markers work, what colored pencils, when to use colored pencils, when to use paint markers, stuff like that. I use a little bit of everything when I can on these things. Like there's a lot that goes into a sketch card. This is one of those. I don't know if we're still looking at it. I might be on a delay, but so another.
We got Gritty Ghost playing right now.
Yeah, Gritty Ghost. I was gonna say. So this is a one of the V Friends characters, but this is not from V Friends Chrome. This is my own interpretation with that kind of way creepy creep kind of style to it. So one of the great things about this community, and I will say they are really nice people. Everybody, I haven't met an asshole in the V-Friend community yet. Everybody's been super kind. And this guy gave me a V-Friend because he wanted me to be part of the community. He gave me a V-Friend. And I told him I would make him a sketch card. So I made this for him. His favorite character is the Gritty Ghost. I made him a creepy version. And this is a sketch card that I wanted to give something back to him, because that was just, we know that those are high quality NFTs. He didn't have to give me one, so it's really cool.
How long? Well, I tend to find that this is why artists are always broke, because they're always gifting everything to everybody. But
Yeah.
what a better gift of appreciation than getting something from an artist that you love. But this is, we're always creating and handing out because we love to create art. How long does okay, let me ask you a question, because now I got questions. When you say sketch card, that's a card that starts off white from the beginning, where you sketch the your idea or create.
Yeah.
Do I have that right? Like, okay, so that's what it means when you say sketch card.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume that Lunchbox leftovers sent the same. Yeah.
Yep. They sent the same thing. This is one that's in the early development. This is a just inked. This is a Lunchbox leftover card. It's got the back ink.
Okay.
Yeah. This is a commission piece that I'm working on. Yeah, and that's it's just a tiny canvas, man. That you've got to make look really cool. There's been it's cool when you, like, I'll have a stack of completed ones and I'll look over at like my dwindling stack of blanks, and I'm like, it's crazy that all this work goes into these friggin' things, man.
Question, how long does it take you to create one, and do you ever like screw up, or does it ever get to the point where you're like, ugh? Go ahead.
I haven't screwed up yet, where to the point where I had to completely, knock on wood, get rid of a card or anything like that. But in the beginning, I was doing a lot of sketching first on a piece of paper and then going to the card. Now I've gotten to a point where I can loosely sketch on a sketch card my idea that I have in my head, and then start to, get a darker pencil line, start to add in detail. Takes me around, I've got it anywhere between inking to completion and all that, 45 minutes to an hour and a half, depending on how difficult the piece is. Sometimes 2 hours. There's a lot of details in some of these cards. The more detail you put in, the longer it's going to take. If it's a full body shot, if it's just a face, there's a lot of different variables to the piece that you're doing. But I've learned to streamline it, because deadlines with tops are not forgiving. So you've got to develop a workflow. And, on top of that, you're doing commissions for people while you're doing art projects and working on whatever else you're working on. So timing and workflow is important to get while you're doing this. And it's taken me time. To, like I said, I've developed, like, I've got the tools now to make something really cool as far as what pens I use. And I found, like, for really like a 0.1 pen, like that really, really fine point, is good for getting that, like, overall character on a sketch card. And then I'll use, a bolder tip just to fill in, like, those black spots on a card anywhere it needs shading, or a dark fill in the mouth or something like that. It's easy to use. And then just getting a good marker set, get a good marker set that you can blend with and that'll last you a while. You don't have to go crazy. A lot of people think they got to spend like $200 on markers. You really don't. Like, there's what are they called? Ohala. I'll show you right now. This is a great set, and it's like $45.
Steve dropping knowledge right now.
This is a good set. It's Ohuhu art marker. You could get this on Amazon for, like, I think they're $35 to $40, something like that. It's 60 colors. 60 colors. They have ones that are like 90 colors. They're all different ones, but get one that has, like, the basic colors you need to create something like that. And
is that the Big Kid Crayola big box set?
That's the big. And look, it's even kind of like a Crayola box.
That's what it reminded me of. It's the big kid Crayola fucking crayon. Oh shit.
That was a cool.
We grew
I don't know
up.
if you still have Ohua. They have so many, but get the ones that they make so many different ones. You just got to read it and see what fits you. Do you have the commission up right? Do you have the Garbage Pail Kid face off up right now?
I
It's
do. Yes. Yeah,
that was a commission from a collector of Garbage Pail Kids. He came up with that idea.
This
and I
was
like,
awesome.
yeah.
This is awesome.
When people give you a good idea too, you're like, oh hell yeah, I want to draw that. So I was happy to do this one. Man. It was super fun.
The cards connect in the set. Yeah, really awesome idea. How often do you go through tips? Do you do your markers last, or do you wear them out?
You know, oddly enough, so as I said earlier, I put art away for a long time. The past 3 years have been like just super awesome for me. Got me back into the art world, got me doing things I love. I had a set of markers, Prisma art markers. That was an expensive set. I still have it. It lasted me for years. I got it probably when I was in my mid-20s, and it lasted me for years because I wasn't using it nearly enough. Now, this past year, most of the colors are dying. So this box that I just showed you is my first new box of markers since that one I got in my early 20s. But it just, when that happened, man, I was like, damn, this has become a piece of, like, I've done so many things for myself, but that set of markers that nobody's ever seen is just for me. But now that I'm drawing all the time, it's like I gave that set to my daughter. Like whatever colors were in there, I was like, she always asks to use my markers, and I'm like, no, because you're gonna press too hard, you're gonna break them. Don't do that. So I said, there's a lot of colors left in here. You could have these, and she was just happy the fact that, you mean I could have the expensive ones? I was like, they're not all working, but you could have whatever's left in here.
All right.
Are these the cards, the physical cards?
So I have the NFC trading card package where
Yes.
you open it up. Yeah, well, I'm watching that video right now, and
That
then I
was
think
that. Be friends.
the V friend. Yeah. But wait, I went back. Where is the stale piece of gum?
Well, I don't want to make anyone sick, so instead of that, I put a stale piece of cardboard, circular piece of cardboard. Don't chew it. It's just like a pog type deal. So that's all you get in there. Can't eat it.
Steve, it's not
and that's
official
it.
unless there's a stale piece of gum in the pack and some powdery sugar.
Gotta find the stale piece of gum guy.
Yeah, the one.
Yeah,
Did
just crumble in your mouth.
did anyone ever find a fresh piece of gum in those packs?
There was never, man, never. You're cutting the roof of your mouth off of
Those things would crack like
shard of
glass.
gum. Yeah, it's like, it's not good. It's not good for anyone. I'll be making more of these. I will be making more of these. What I want to do is, when Non-Fungible Creeps season 3 starts, always doing physicals, I want to have actual packs of cards that are linked to the NFTs this time around in the wax packages. This set was more so just for holders, and that was like, it came out for the anniversary, and it had like a sketch variant NFT attached to it. But for the new stuff, I definitely want to create some new cards and do it again. It was really fun to make incentives that I got to put in these packs. Like, I had holographic cards randomly inserted. I had sketch cards randomly inserted. So you get that, like, what am I going to get kind of feel to each pack, So that was really cool to do.
What is when you have these things printed, I'm going to imagine, does a hologram cost, is it more for a hologram? And how does it work? Do you only send the I guess the hologram part would maybe be the negative, and then there'd be, is it white or black, or like, do you dedicate, how does that work?
I don't know how it's made. Like, I don't know how the sausage is made, but the guy who I found on Instagram, by the way, this goes back to who do you want to follow you on Instagram? Who are you trying to reach to? Somebody I came across who makes his own cards. I reached out to him and asked him if he's ever printed cards. So we connected, and he made me the holographic cards by hand. And everything else was kind of like cut out on a sheet. Like the standard cards, he would just print them on a sheet, but the holographic cards he made by hand. It wasn't like factory pressed or anything like that. He got specific sticker sheets for different, like every holographic card is different in my set. Like there was like sprinkles, there was ones that had like, it looked like fractured glass, like stuff like that. So he was getting that certain holographic sticker that he would overlay and then cut the character, and very intricate work that goes into making those by hand, man. So and they look beautiful. They looked awesome. They came out great. They look like they came from professional company. Those holographic cards, they were really good.
You know, I questions, right? That's I got to, I don't want to jump. I don't want to jump all over. I want to keep some consistency, but I don't want to lose shit right now. Yeah, because I keep meaning to go ask you about these V friends with the very limited run. But before I ask you that, let me ask you this. Oh, that was such a good question. Don't lose that, Mark. Come back to that. Come on, find it. Shit. I was focused on that. I didn't want to lose that V friends question, and then this question came up.
I'm not gonna say nothing. I don't want you to lose it.
Oh, come on, Mark. Have you ever seen the guy?
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe I just pulled this shit back. Never works. This never. You always forget it, and it comes like after the show's over.
Nice.
Have you ever seen the guy? Have you seen the videos where the guy gets the hologram cards and cuts them with the? He cuts them out and then glues them back together in layers where they look beveled and off of.
I've seen guys who do that.
Yeah, man. I would see if you. I'm not telling you what to do, but I'd love to see you hook up with one of those guys.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's fucking cool. Like that's an art form. A lot of what
Yes.
those guys do is it's an art form.
Crazy what they
Making
do.
it 3-dimensional.
Yeah,
and,
yeah. The way they cut out the bodies, they cut out certain parts, and then they dissect all of the different parts, and then they glue the whole thing back together. And then
layers.
Yeah. These things look so like, and then I could picture, imagine getting one of your cards made and then framing it. I mean, bro, yeah. Oh my God, like a 101. Whew.
Yeah.
That'd be.
I think I'm gonna start doing you know how sports cards have like game worn jerseys. I'm gonna have like a piece of
like
the
a
game
little piece down in the bubble or something, right?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have like a napkin piece from the lunch I had while I was making a character. I'm just kidding. That would be this.
Shit. I mean, it's. I was like, let me. What? Oh, okay. So let me go back to now the other question, which is what I was trying to ask you since the end of. But right before we moved to the computer, what I was curious to ask you about was the V Friends collection. You mentioned that very limited run, very low end run, and so what is the what's your thoughts on that? And I know he's a big card collector, a huge card collector. I've seen him talking in videos about his cards and his collections, so he understands about rarity. So I find this interesting that he's keeping it a very limited run. What type of limited run? Like how many are going to be printed? And what are your thoughts on all of this? Do you think this, well, obviously for value purposes, will be worth more than a card that's generally released where someone can buy in a pack? Where he doesn't seem like, it doesn't seem like he's going in that direction, like buy and see what you get. Right? No, he's going in the direction of everything is very limited. where he's making them all very difficult, it seems like, to attain.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on, I've been meaning to ask you that question since before we moved over to the computer, but yeah, what are your thoughts on that?
I I have like a mixed feelings about where that goes, because on one hand it's tops, and I get where he comes from, because his secondary, whether it's NFTs, whether it's eBay, for everything he touches is fucking gold. Like, it is hard to, like, he just dropped his second issue comic book, and it sold out in 19 seconds on Whatnot. 19 seconds sold out of all of them. That is crazy. It is absolute. He could do whatever he wants with these cards, and it's gonna sell. His community loves
Yeah,
these
he has a
characters.
super solid community.
Super solid, man.
Yeah, yeah,
Super solid. Great people. They're big collectors, and they believe in the product. They believe in the series. They believe in the characters. People attach to themselves to a lot of these characters, and that's like their golden goose of whatever cards they want to collect. That's their grail card. You know what I mean? So he could do this, and he's going to be successful with it. I feel like a lot of that school of thought comes from like that small batch indie card maker or series on Instagram, like that small batch kind of like, this is all I'm making right now, and they're gone after this. It feels very smaller artists. It doesn't feel like a Tops he's bringing that mentality to the Tops product, and I feel like doing those small drops and like putting them out there and let people grab them and then fiend for the what's going to come next. I think it's smart. I would like there to be more, because you want to reach a lot more people. That's why you're making these things. You're with Tops. I would think you want to reach a lot of people. He has made the pricing very affordable now for a lot of people with the Tops brand. Like, anybody who can't get an NFT or grab the comics has a better chance of being a part of the VFriends world by grabbing these Tops cards now. That's a fact. It's definitely a welcoming price for people. That
You,
being said, they're gonna fly off the fucking shelf.
I was gonna say, I was curious your opinion on that, but you did mention that Tops was making moves more towards appealing the to the collectors,
Yeah.
with Garbage Pail Kids, especially. So it's interesting how they are agreeing to a very limited run, right? Because you would think they would want to capitalize, or I mean, you don't know what the back end deal was. You don't know
Yeah.
if he. I don't know if I think you mentioned that they contacted him, or you don't know who contacted who.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how that whole deal came together, but it's pretty amazing. Like, when
Right.
you think about Tops, they don't have a lot of non-sports cards that are super successful. Like, Garbage Pail Kids is a homegrown thing for them. Like, they own all the rights to Garbage Pail Kids. They could do whatever they want with it. But licensed cards, like, there's not a lot that are super crazy successful like VFriends is probably going to be. It's going to be crazy.
See, it certainly seems like so. I mean, when you hear Tops, you think baseball cards,
Mhm.
basketball cards. You're not thinking. You're not thinking. Matter of fact, it still catches me off guard when Tops and Garbage Pail.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you
Yeah,
don't realize that Tops is responsible for Garbage Pail Kids.
right.
So interesting how now VFriends shifted there, and I'm curious how that happened, because he has such experience with collecting cards. I'm
Yeah.
sure he had his target on where and what type of deal it was. Gary's the type of guy that thinks shit
I'm
out.
sure he knows
Before
somebody
he,
over there even before he even had
yeah.
a deal. Someone over at Tops.
He strikes me as the type of guy that really plans it to a T. and then
yeah.
moves on it. So this is going to be
Yeah,
interesting to see what happens with this collection. How does that
absolutely.
how does that now? How does that work? Do people like pre-buy? Like like does it come in a package? Do you buy like it's a limited? Do you is it a white list?
Well,
Like how does
it's
that?
interesting because he comes from, like, he comes from NFTs as well. So what he did was, and this goes to, you got to kind of explain when you go to a store, wherever you get your trading cards, that box that's open on the shelf that you're buying packs from, that's called a hobby box. That is a box of that's a box of whatever 28 packs that the store has opened, and now you can buy 1, 2, 7 packs from it, whatever. People are buying full hobby boxes like that, and those are, I believe, they're $100 for a hobby box, which is not a bad price for a full box of cards. He could have probably walked in there and be like, "We're charging $150 per box." I know a lot of sports cards that go well over $100. Even the WWE cards go over 100, and their chromes go over $100. I'm pretty sure. So those he did a whitelist kind of for people who owned the version 1 NFTs. So there was like a pre-order window for people who owned Series 1 VFriends, and a lot of those people I think already got the boxes because I'm seeing them all over my feed opening the boxes already. So I think although they come out on the 7th, it looks like a lot of people got their hands on these boxes. I haven't seen any of my sketch cards pulled yet. I contractually cannot reveal any of my sketch cards until the 7th, but I am itching to show them now because I see people just posting about it.
You did you request a box?
I don't own a Series 1. I own
You
a
know
Series.
what? It's probably very only for. So in
Yeah,
this NFT game, he's not stupid. He knows he needs to reward the original people who
absolutely. And
had the.
I'm not mad at him for that. That's a smart move.
Yeah, right, right. And then on top of it, they get to open it up and brag about it online, which is the ultimate, like, look what I got, right? It gives you
Yeah.
something to post.
When
People are
nobody
like,
else is posting about
that's right. Yeah, yeah. So that's what you paid for when you picked up a V friend, and he delivered. He
Yeah,
delivered on it because hey, I want to give you something to say thank you.
right.
And now all these people are getting it before pre-release, and even the artists aren't allowed to flash the cards. But
Exactly.
these guys are digging through boxes. Yeah, and that's like the
Although Gary is allowed to fucking bend the rules because he's Gary and he owns VFriend. So he's been flashing sketch cards all over his feed, like, check out this one. He could do that. I can't do that, but it gives me the fucking bug. I'm like, oh, I want to show mine too.
Well, you got 2 more days, right?
I got 2
Is it
more
is
days,
it May 7th or is
May 7th.
May
Yep.
7th? All right. All right. Oh, this was perfect fucking timing then.
It was. It coincides with the release for sure, man.
Holy
It's
shit.
exciting to be a part of that. That'll be all over my feed in the next 2 days. So you see a lot of VFriends cards. If that goes to, but that being said, that ties right back into be aware of your social media, because as I'm creating all these cards that I made like 2 months ago, I've been doing those whip videos and putting them on the side in a folder in my phone, like just to be ready for when I can show them, So it's like you got to think ahead, and it doesn't even apply to just Topps cards or whatever. If you're working on an NFT project and you're going to put it out 3 months from now, start making those little videos of you drawing on your iPad or whatever you're using, showing the production of it. It's like a little behind the scenes, and you could use that kind of thing for like a lead in for your advertising or you're promoting your stuff that's coming out,
I'm just I'm looking at all the garbage pail kids on IG here.
That was fun that was another one. I could not wait to reveal those. It was
Yeah.
exciting to finally drop those, man. And yeah, once I started putting those out, it was cool to get new followers and people wanting commissions just because of that. And I found that people are fans of certain characters even there. They're like, you know, for instance, Boney Joni. I saw you make this Boney Joni. I got to find it. If I don't find it, I'm going to commission you for one. Stuff like that. You know, it's been really cool.
It's also cool that you tapped into a it's not like you it's okay, so this what's so fucking interesting and cool about this story is that this is some shit as a kid that you know, and now, you know, here we are, you're creating them, people are collecting them, and then it's like and you get to do something that you truly love and passion, you know. And as I'm looking at these things, one's better than the next, and I don't have the knowledge where I am that big of a collector where I know, right? But like, I know there's people out there who know specific, very detail oriented things.
Yeah.
And it's stuff like this that they get crazy about. And you're sitting right here in the middle of it. Not only that, but it's not like you sat and planned to tap into this huge conglomerate, this branding of not only Tops, Garbage Pail Kids, Gary V and V Friends, but you are in the mix. Your art is in the mix within 3 years of some very these are very well known this is a very well known area, collectibles, right? This is a very well known collectible. This is not like, this is like, you know, this is not something where people are like, I never heard of that before, or Garbage Pail Kids, what's that? You know, like, you don't get that very often, especially from people our age. I mean, everybody had this sticker on there. You know, everybody had the stick, you know, even if you didn't collect them, you know, I don't know, Snotty Jotty or something, you know, Booger Lisa or something. And, you know, if you knew a Lisa in your school when you were 10.
Put it on her locker.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. You slapped that shit.
Let her wonder who did it.
I have 5 of these. I could waste one. Pah! You know, and now she is aware of the brand, even though she might not collect it. She's aware of it, right? And so this is how it, you know. And now here you are sitting in the middle of it. How awesome. Okay. I don't. How far we want to go back? We got 8 weeks. March 5th. Oh shit, you've been active on here.
Gotta be, man. Gotta be.
Let's see. I'm not gonna reach back to October. We'll be here for another half an hour, another hour. I can pick up the clicks. Let's see. We got 15 minutes to 2 hours. I think. Is there anything? Let me ask you something. Any NFT? Any collection? Anything we want to show them or talk about specifically? That you might want me to bring up?
There's nothing. I haven't really publicly put stuff out yet because I want to. The difference between season 3 and any other season I've done for the Creeps is I set hard dates. I put a lot of teasers out early. This time I want to make people wait. I don't even want to say what the theme is. I don't want to say. I'm keeping everything very close to the chest on this one, close to the vest on this one. I know what the theme is. I started working on it. Aside from that, I'm also working on another branch of the non-fungible creep universe. Is My Cousin Creep, which is it's one character that appears. It's almost like a PFP character style of NFT project from the world of creeps. But the difference is we're trying to do something new with NFTs. And when you click on Cousin Creep, he's going to have like a 15, 20-second comedy bit that he says in each NFT. And every single comedy bit is going to be different. Every piece of art's going to be different. It's going to be like an NFT comedy album more than anything. And we're gonna inject a little more personality into our. You're going to bring him to a life and you're going to see what pisses him off, and a lot of it's going to be more there's going to be a big old parental advisory sticker on my cousin Crete, but it's going to be a fun project to work on.
Okay. Okay, so I'm probably back in let's see. I'm about 10 weeks back Chrome. So okay, so there's nothing NFT side to no.
No, not out right now. No,
Okay,
I'm
okay.
working. It's in production. Everything's in production for the next season.
I do want to say this, Steve. Just from the first show to this show, I remember your very first creations, and now I'm seeing these creations, and I'm sure you've gotten this a lot, but your style it has really evolved.
Just that too, yeah.
I don't want to I don't want to attribute that to I found the right markers. I think that has something to do with it, but I don't. That's not you're just from looking at the newer cards from the older cards. Man, I'm gonna say it a long fucking way, man.
Thanks.
Yeah, man, it's nice to looking at these new cards. I'm saying to myself, I'm like, man, I was here for the first show. That was me, right? We did do this, and I don't remember these looking. I feel like you added like another layer of quality to them with the rims and just the characters, the way they're coming out of the frames. That's
I mean, it's like, so I told that kid that I was telling you about early in the show I told him draw every day, got to keep drawing. And I'm doing that because of the work I have to do. By default, it's just making me better. Like the I draw every single day, and I have like almost for the past 3 years now. And I think you're gonna see that increase of you're gonna find things that work. You're gonna add new tools to your tool belt, and you're just gonna get better by default by having to do this all the time.
So I agree with you 100%, right? The more we made it back to the okay, good. We made it back to the community show. Okay. I'm satisfied with that if we made it back to the community show.
That's cool. That's cool.
Although I didn't get any of these V friends. Let me get a couple more of these. I forgot what I was going to say now. I was happy we made the connection back to the It's just so many there's such a good story here between all you guys and especially you. Okay. What else? I think we're I feel okay. And okay, I feel like where are we? 18 weeks? Come on.
Wow, so much has happened. It's crazy.
Yeah. December. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm good with that. I'm good. We went back to about December.
We did pretty good.
Yeah. There was a lot here because we've 11:11 already. So we're almost at 2 hours, and so that tells me between the computer and we did. I wasn't. There was no fill here, Steve. This was all new conversation. Let me reset the screen. Oh, wait. Before I do all that, Steve, we're going to begin to close out the show, right?
Sure.
But before we do that, how people get in touch with you?
I'm NF Creeps everywhere. Instagram, NFCREEPS, NF Creeps across the board. Instagram, X, TikTok. You can find me everywhere now, basically. Look for my pukey face and my eyeball coming out. That's going to be me on the PFP.
All right, guys. So real quick, this is his X, and it's NFC Creeps here, and then this is his Instagram as well. Let me slide this over. NFC Creeps here as well. So, and I know for a fact he answers very quickly on either or. So very easy way to get in touch with him is just find him here. I'm gonna reset the screens back. Give me a second, and then we're gonna talk a little bit about NFT NYC, and then we'll close out. Give me screen, and okay, I gotta switch a battery real quick, and you're gonna be staring at a black screen for a second, but it should come right back on. So give me a second. Yeah, good show. I knew we were gonna have something good here, Steve.
We're gonna have a good time regardless, man.
I was, one of the biggest things that I ask myself is there a show, or will it start to become a filler situation where I'm trying to think of things to say and I'm stuck, and but I knew there was a lot here. I had a feeling about you. Okay. Let's see. You see me? I'm back on here. All right. Very good. Okay. All right. Roll. Yeah. Let me bring this back. We're good. Okay. Okay. Steve. Future stuff. You mentioned about the new NFT project that's underway. Any plans in physical? Any thoughts about future stuff that you might want to speak about briefly, or anything there?
Definitely thinking about more physical stuff to do. I've got a couple more Tops projects that are lining up to come out this year. Also, there's going to be more Garbage Pail Kids. There's going to be other stuff I can't talk about yet with Tops that's coming out. But I'm really excited to get back to non-fungible creeps and put something new out there. Season 3 I've been eager to get to, so I'm excited about that. And My Cousin Creep as well. That's something that me and my cousin have been working on a lot. And then I'm excited for NFT NYC, man. It's gonna be fun.
All right, let's good segue. NFT NYC. What are your thoughts about NFT? I know there's a fair amount of the FCW crew that is going to be in attendance. Do you guys have plans? Are you guys going to get together? What's going on with NFT NYC on your end?
We're probably just gonna get together and run amok around New York City. I don't know what we're doing. We're just gonna get nuts, go out to dinner, check out the event, catch up with friends, catch up with you, I hope, at some point. That's it. We're gonna be at the event as well, and a lot of us are representing with our artwork, so it'll be really cool to be a part of it with a lot of the FCW people.
Okay, awesome. I will be there. Did you guys, by any chance, do you have a spot, or did that ever, or you guys just
didn't? We were going back and forth. I've never been able to go out to the areas that we're looking at. So it's been like hey Dave, I'm gonna go check this out, and I've just not been able to get out there. So we're in a limited window. I can still go, but who knows? Who knows if it'll happen? Regardless if we get a spot or not, we're gonna find a spot and just claim it. Regardless.
Yeah, you guys seem like that type of crew that would. Just take off FCW takeover.
We're coming in. It's all of us.
So I will be there. I'll be in touch with you guys. We're definitely gonna get together. I'm sure there's a lot of different events. I'm gonna be asking everybody what they're gonna be up to and doing. I mentioned it briefly. I have to make an official post, but I was accepted as a speaker. So
nice.
Yeah, so pretty cool. I'm gonna have a speaker. I don't know if I'm speaking on they didn't tell me what their plan is with me yet. So I do have to do that. So that's going to be interesting. I never.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah, I never did that before. So
when you get the information, let me know. I would love to check it out. I know Scott's also doing a speaker panel as well.
Oh, awesome. Okay, it's funny that you bring him up because him shit.
Think I know where this is going. Go ahead.
Yeah, we gotta get together for a fire.
Yes. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me, you, Scott. He had mentioned that to me, and I'm game for it. We just gotta whenever you guys want to get together. Me and him are going to see a concert. We're going to see Ghost in concert at Madison Square Garden.
Okay. I gotta also coordinate with oh shit. Why is his name not coming to me right now? He's Nourishell.
Do I know him?
Yeah, you'd know him.
Is it Alex?
Yes, Alex. Thank you.
Alex?
Yeah, I couldn't. His name wasn't
Yeah.
coming to me because it comes in different on my phone.
404?
So, what?
404 Monsters,
Yes.
Alex?
Yeah. Him, Scott, you, me. When it's warm, the weather's changing, so we should make a date.
Absolutely.
And figure that out. And we'll all get together. I got a pit. It'll be a good time. And
yeah, man.
Yeah, it's a good spot. Everybody could. We'll do that behind the scenes, but we got to make that happen. And now the weather's changing, and we had our first fire last week, and it was nice. So it's we couple hours and shoot the shit over a fire. It'd be a good time. Okay, that NFT NYC, the future with you. Let me ask you before we say goodnight. Do you any thoughts about like getting into the 3D printing or maybe bringing a physical? I don't know why, right? But I see like for some reason I get visions and I see like one of your. I would love to see like a 3D coming out of a canvas, and I don't know why I keep coming back to this vision with you of one of these characters actually 3Ding coming out of a canvas or coming off of a card. Or I don't know why I keep coming back to this with you. But any thoughts of, maybe moving into 3D printing or anything like that?
It's definitely a thought. I would want to do something again, very like limited characters. If I do it, was something I was thinking. I was also thinking of because I do the NFC heads, which I sculpt these ball figure type deals. I was thinking about incorporating cards with a display that was hand sculpted that went with the theme of the card. So it was almost like something that held the card, but also was like a background that went with the card. There's a lot of physical things that I've been thinking in my mind that I could add to my arsenal. But man, there's a lot of stuff out there now that as we get through this world of Web3 is catering to what we do. There's this new company that makes like one-of-one drops of t-shirts. Like you could have, and they'll do all the shipping and printing for you. You could create a piece of art based on your characters and, put it up there. And as people bid on it, the time ticks down and it'll close up orders at a certain time period. Things like that are becoming available to what we do. It's a great time to start your own IP or art business. Like we've got all the tools to do it, man. And make 3D printing is definitely something I've thought about, along with so many other things that I'm definitely going to branch out and do some other cool stuff this year. I'm definitely doing the packs of cards again. I was thinking about doing sticker packs, like limited drop sticker packs of my characters. Would be fun as well. I don't know, man. I'm definitely there's going to be more stuff coming out this year.
Man, you could do so much. You could get, if you brought these guys to life in 3D figure forms and painted them. I mean, I don't know why I keep coming back to it. I just keep
It would
seeing
be fun,
you
man.
in
It
that
would be
for
cool.
some reason. I don't know
Like
why
that
I
Kid
immediately
Robot.
came to like the 3D cut cards that these guys,
Yeah.
right? And maybe it's just, I don't think it's because if it's a card, I think it's because I'm seeing your IG and I'm catching up with all the art and I'm saying to myself, like, this shit would look really cool if like one of these if he hooked up with one of these dudes and they made him a 3, and then you know how they put like a gold record and then they put and you know the frame they make,
Yeah.
you know,
for the record, yeah.
yeah, like I could see like an insert with the 3D card of the yeah, man, I see a lot of
I got Wick in FCW. You're gonna be like, yo, Wick, let's get together. Let's make some 3D printed figures.
That's right. That's right. I mean, yeah, that's why you got a community.
We've got resources. We've got resources in FCW.
I was gonna say, you guys. I mean, if you need tracks, you need songs, you need something painted, you need pins, you need a tattoo. Hey, you need a tattoo. You guys got it. So many.
I got a guy. I could say I got a guy in the art world for a lot of things.
That's
I got a
right.
guy.
That's right. I don't know how many of them know about having a guy, but yeah, I got a guy.
I got a guy.
That comes from our area.
Yeah.
Okay, so I felt like you gave the inspirational speech, but I'll ask it again before we say goodnight. We're about to tap 2 hours.
Yeah.
What? Maybe you could leave us with some inspirational thoughts. It's just, like you haven't been an inspiration the entire show, but yeah. For everybody out there, hit them with some inspirational, whatever comes to the top of your head.
I said a lot of things today that were inspirational, so I will end with this. Don't ever go to the second location. All right. You go to the second location, bad things happen. All right. You meet a creepy, weird person on the street who says, oh, my back hurts. Help me put this couch in my rickety van with blacked out windows. He's taking you to the second location. Don't do that. Don't go there. So just stay in one location. That's my advice for everyone.
Fair enough. Stay away from the guys with the trucks and the candy.
Right.
Steve.
That's going to be our exclusive NFT NYC t-shirt. Don't go to the second location. So look for that coming soon.
Steve, I want to you got one more question, which is the always the closing question.
Yeah.
Which is I need a song to close out on, and you're not allowed to pick the same song. So I need.
Let's go with I've been heavy into vinyl lately.
Okay.
Just like building my collection, trying to get old albums that I really enjoyed growing up. My Chemical Romance, Black Parade is one of my favorite songs on that record. So it's got a lot of different stuff to it. So I would say that's a great song to go with.
When I go to close out, do me a favor and can you shoot me that YouTube link?
Yep.
All right. All right. So I want to say thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate your time. Thank you for doing a recap show. I was not nervous at all. I knew we were going to have a lot to talk about. You are probably one of a handful of recaps that I've done. But it's a very good, great show, Steve. Yeah, thank you. Because so sometimes I even question whether or not I'm shit. We're gonna have enough. Give it a couple more months. I'm like, nah. We this guy's got a lot going on. So I'm like, we're gonna be able to fill these. We're gonna have a nice recap. So I want to thank you for coming on. Not only that,
Thanks.
but I want to thank you for making that community show a very successful show. I appreciate you for I wanted to. I didn't want us to be that only show. In my mind, I want all the artists to be there, and sometimes it don't work out like that. but when it does, to me it's a complete show. It's especially because people want to meet everybody, they want to see everybody, they want to hear you speak, and so I feel like when you have a complete show, that's the most, that's the show that works the best. So and then all these guys, they deserve the shot at their own shows, the same way everybody else did. So tomorrow morning I'm gonna wake up. We have, and I don't know if you've been paying attention, but Sketch and Shira, they got this little, they got a sponsor and an art challenge going on.
Oh, cool.
So I'm not, she said she dropped a message in your group, but it's got a nice first prize. It's got a nice prize, at the, for whatever winner. So it might be something you,
I'll bring it back up in our main chat.
It's a nice thing going on. She came through. She linked up with a pretty interesting an AI agent sponsor.
Oh wow!
Where you could teach this AI agent to pretty much. We're gonna find out Wednesday, so we can do a show on Wednesday with the sponsor.
Great.
But there's a pretty nice first prize. Pretty nice prize. I think a $400 prize.
Oh shit!
Yeah. So you might want to let your guys know that there's a little something going on. They might have something they can enter on the thread. So
definitely will. A lot of our guys like to be busy, so I'll make sure.
Yeah. There's a nice opportunity that Linked by Art put together. So
That's great.
Yeah. Maybe you just might want to turn them on to that. Okay, Steve, I'm gonna close out the show, and that take me 2 minutes. Hang on, while I say goodnight. Let everybody know what the rest of the week is, and then come back. We'll get you to wave goodbye, and then we'll go out on the song, and we'll call it. So give me a couple seconds just to close out the show.
Awesome.
And get me that link, please.
Cool.
Okay. All right, y'all. So Creepy Steve back for a recap show. Pretty cool. Catching up with Steve. Steve was on back in October. If you'd like to hear about Steve's origin story, you could check out that first show he did back in October. You could also check out the FCW community show, which was a great show in my opinion. It's had a great art guest lineup. They really came through and knocked it out the park. And then obviously we have quite the selection of FCW artists that we featured, especially from that show, and a few more that asked to be on the show. It's been a great time checking out these guys. Also, what a great show bringing Steve back for a recap since October. So much has happened since October, and I think that's important to point out because it's been 8 months, and look at how much has been accomplished. And I think that's especially for someone like the artist that doesn't, Steve, he gets to look back and say, shit, I was cooking the last 8 months. Sometimes you don't realize how far you can move in a very short time period. I always like to make sure that we have enough for a recap show, and what a successful recap show. On that note, rest of the week. Okay, tomorrow, 9 to 11, Linked by Art. That's a space, right? That's with Ida, and that's the sponsor, and that's tomorrow. We'll be announcing the open call. We've been announcing the open call for the last, I think, week, but tomorrow will be the big announcement for the art challenge. They've already started accepting art. You can check out the Linked by Art page, top thread. And a nice prize. Going to be a good contest, and good people running it, good people sponsoring it. They're going to be on Wednesday. Okay, Wednesday we have a show with the sponsor, and they will be coming on. They will be showing the software. This is AI software that's been developed to be able to do a lot of different things. Aid with social media, also aid with trading. Aid, they're going to break it down. They're going to bring it up. We're going to bring it up on screen, and we're going to go over it to show everybody how it works. And we're going to introduce everybody to the sponsor of the Art Challenge on Wednesday. And then Friday, I don't have a show yet. I'm working on it. If anybody's interested in jumping on Friday, send me a DM. But Friday afternoon, 1 p.m., TGIF. And we'll be in TGIF. So on that note, y'all, that is the week. It's Monday night. There's plenty of time left in Monday to create some art, and plenty of time left in the week to create some art. So I want to thank all you guys for coming and tuning in, joining in, supporting Steve, and watching the show. We're going to say goodnight to all you guys. I'm going to bring Steve up one last time. Say goodnight to everybody. I want to appreciate all you guys for tuning in. Before we bring this up, I'm gonna bring up the full screen. Steve, you're back on. So just be aware that you're back on right now. I'm gonna close this up. I'm gonna bring this up. All right, and then let's bring this up, right? And then we'll bring this up. Okay. All right, guys. I'm about to say thank you to everybody right now. Let's see, where's everybody at? Nunchuck, thank you for tuning in. Danny, thank you for tuning in. Acid, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. Thank you for stopping in. All right. Make sure I get everybody. Acid. Uka, thank you for joining in. Appreciate you for supporting. Who else we got? Nunchuck. Josh, thank you for chopping in. Good to see you. Wick, thank you for stopping in. Good to see you. Stop over on Instagram. Say hello to everybody over there. Blonde haired Supernova, thank you for stopping in. Robert D'Agostino, thank you for stopping in. Dr. Gustavo Travel, thank you for stopping in. Ismac 2000, thank you for stopping in. A-Town, Amarilla, Alice Davino, Layla, thank you for stopping in. CMS Photos, thank you for stopping in. Maggie, thank you for stopping in. Over on Facebook, Big Money. Alan Roberts, where you been, man? Happy birthday, bro. Big birthday to you, Alan. I gave you a call earlier to wish you happy birthday, but it's good to see you stop in. I hope you had a good birthday, bro. Big Money, thank you for stopping in. Good to see you guys. We get any YouTube comments? Normally we don't, but we got Acid over there. Thank you for stopping in on YouTube, Acid. Appreciate it. Anything on... No, we got nothing on Twitch. Twitch don't want to talk to us unless we're playing video games. All right. I'm going to bring this track up. I want to thank all you guys for stopping in and having a very successful show. I'm about to bring up, what's the matter with this? Why my message is not working. Why is X working so weird? Oh, here we go. I got it. I got the track.
Sweet.
Everybody's like, I can't find the show. I'm like, we started a little late. Crazy. I don't know if you were watching, but there was a moment where like my hands went up. Hang on, because you're staring at the wrong camera. That's why you can't see me.
I saw you go like this.
Yeah, you saw me go like this. So right at that moment, all of a sudden, the Stream Deck software popped up.
That's what I figured it was.
I said, what the fuck? I've been trying to get this up for the last 30 minutes, and it just popped up as I was starting the show. Yeah. And I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Like, I'm not going to, this is going to be a beautiful show. I was upset. I was like, oh, man, I'm going to have to set it to double screen.
I was like, he's celebrating. That's got to be a good thing, right?
Yeah, that was a great thing to see that thing pop up last minute. I don't know what happened there. That was just some weird shit. But the universe seems to open doors for you, Steve. So I don't know, man. Guys,
glad it worked out, dude.
Yeah, you got some good luck on you, bro. I don't know.
Sometimes I get into these interviews and I'm like a black sheep and everything goes wrong.
Nah, not this time, man. Yeah, no, everything was for some reason everything was going right.
That was good.
That last, I needed that last little thing. But all right, on that note, y'all, Steve, say goodnight to everybody.
Good night, everybody. Thank you for hanging out and tuning in, and keep drawing.
We'll see all you guys at NFT NYC.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a young boy, my father took me into the city to see a marching band. He said, son, when you grow up, would you be the savior of the broken, the beaten, and the damned? He said, will you defeat them, your demons, and all the non-believers, the plans that they have made? Because one day I'll leave you a phantom to lead you in the summer to join the Black Parade.
was a damn good show. See everybody on the next one. Till then, create art.